Well, hey everybody, this is Robert and welcome back to Outbreak News TV. Now, it's been a couple weeks since I did one of these videos and there's been a lot of news going on, but life is busy and I haven't been able to do much. So I appreciate you sticking around for me to do some videos starting on today. And one of the bigger news stories today is the cluster of COVID-19 cases in Beijing, China. And this is from the Beijing CDC. And they say on June 13th, 36 new cases of newly diagnosed coronavirus 19 cases were reported in the city. 15 male, 21 female, 8 were from Beijing, 28 from other provinces. This is translated via Google, so I'm trying to get through it. It looks like most of these people were related to, it's called Zinfadi Market. Of 27 cases, 9 cases were directly or indirectly exposed to the new market. 11 cases were found through active medical treatment, and 25 cases were actively found through traceability screening. And then what they do is they go through every individual case 1 through 36. For example, in this first one, it's a 35-year-old man from Baoding, Hebei province, who work unit was the Beijing Zinfadi Market. And he owned apparently he owned a business there at the market. So that's what we're getting from Beijing, computer translated. And late last night, early this morning, the World Health Organization put out this information about the cluster. And it says the WHO is following up with Chinese authorities about the cluster of COVID-19 cases in Beijing. As of 13 June, Friday, 41 symptomatic laboratory confirmed cases and 46 laboratory confirmed cases without symptoms of COVID-19 have been identified in Beijing. The first identified case had symptom onset on June 9th and was confirmed on June 11th. And it goes on to say preliminary investigations revealed that some of the initial symptomatic cases had a link to the Zinfadi market in Beijing. Preliminary laboratory investigations of throat swabs from humans and environmental samples from Zinfadi market identified 45 positive human samples, all without symptoms at the time of reporting, and 40 positive environmental samples. All cases were in isolation and are under care as needed. Contact tracing is underway. Genetic sequencing of samples is also underway, and rapid sharing of these results is important to understand the origin of the cluster and the link between the cases. And this Al Jazeera article kind of gives us an idea of what's happening in Beijing, and it really says it all in the title. It says, Beijing district in wartime mode amid the new coronavirus cases. And it says a district of Beijing was on wartime footing, and the Chinese capital banned tourism on Saturday after a cluster of cases. People were prevented from leaving their homes in 11 residential estates in South Beijing's Fengtai district after most of the cases were linked to the district's Zinfadi wholesale market, according to city officials. See if it has any other new information. This is from the Al Jazeera correspondent. Her name is Katrina Yu. Zinfadi is the biggest wholesale market in the city. Military police were sent into Fengtai district to seal it off, and many planned public gatherings and sporting events are now canceled. 9 nearby schools and kindergartens were also closed. Beijing authorities said more than 10,000 people at the market will take nucleic acid tests to detect coronavirus infections. 10,000 people. And this is a New York Times report, and it says, as of Sunday, China reported 57 new confirmed cases. This is the highest single day tally in 2 months. So there's some concern going on over in Beijing, China. And it says more than 10,000 people work at the market, which supplies 90% of Beijing's fruits and vegetables, according to the state news media. The virus was reportedly, remember I said there was like several dozen environmental samples that were positive. It says the virus was reportedly detected on cutting boards for imported salmon there. So, yeah, it's people are keeping a very close eye on what's going on in Beijing right now. And let me go ahead and close with this. This is the latest from China's National Health Commission. And to give you the totals, they talk about, as the New York Times did, this is computer translated also, by the way, 57 newly diagnosed cases, as we read in the New York Times report. There were 38 local cases, 36 in Beijing and 2 in Liaoning, no new deaths. There's some other imported cases adding up to 57. So the country total, as of this report from China, and of course we do take this with a grain of salt, a total of 83,132 confirmed cases have been reported. And of this, there's been a total of 4,634 fatalities in China. And that's just a quick update on what's going on in Beijing. A lot of eyeballs are on Beijing right now. And like we saw those few cases that were popping up in Wuhan several weeks ago, they basically shut down the city. They sampled, everybody in the city, like 11 million people. Well, it looks like they're going to do very similar things with this market, where they're going to sample and test every one of the 10,000 people that are associated or work with this market. So that's the latest on China. Thanks for watching. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel and please share it with your friends. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you next time on Outbreak News TV.